The quadruple dead. The Arsenal hype train derailed. And the man who pulled the liver isn't Erling Haaland or Kevin De Bruyne, it's a 21-year-old local lad who Mikel Arteta's defense literally forgot existed. Today we're talking about Nico O'Reilly, the 6'4" tactical glitch that just turned Wembley into his personal playground and sent the Premier League title race into absolute chaos. If you don't know who he is yet, you're about to find out why he's Arsenal's worst nightmare. The night Wembley turned sky blue. Picture this. It's March 22nd, 2026. Wembley Stadium is vibrating like someone plugged it into a phone charger and hit overdrive. Arsenal fans have spent the last 6 months talking about the quadruple like it's already engraved on a trophy somewhere. They're 9 points clear in the league, playing like prime 2011 Barca, and they've got a goalkeeper in David Raya who looks like he could catch a speeding bullet, blindfolded, while solving a Rubik's Cube. And then, Mikel Arteta decides to start Kepa Arrizabalaga. Yes, that Kepa. The human plot twist. Now look, this story isn't actually about Kepa's hands being made of warm butter on a summer afternoon. It's about the kid who showed up to clean the mess and accidentally burned the whole house down. A 21-year-old local lad who just 24 hours after his birthday said, "You know what? Cake is cool, but ruining Arsenal's dreams at Wembley? Even better." No candles needed, he lit up the entire stadium himself. His name is Nico O'Reilly, and if you didn't know who he was before Sunday, don't worry, neither did Arsenal's defense. By the end of the night, they still didn't. So who actually is this guy? Nico O'Reilly isn't some emergency signing or a panic buy from the Portuguese league. Nah, this guy's Manchester City DNA factory-made, premium edition, no returns allowed. He joined the academy at 8 years old, and while most of us at 8 were still fighting for TV remote rights and learning how to tie our shoelaces, and still losing, Nico was already being trained in the sacred art of the Pep way. For years, he was your classic attacking midfielder. Silky, dynamic, confident, and ridiculously tall. We're talking 6'4", which is 193 centimeters. Basically, a midfielder built like a center back but moving like he just downloaded Messi DLC. In the youth teams, he was collecting trophies like it's a side quest. Under 18 Premier League titles? Done. FA Youth Cup? Easy. Scoring from the halfway line against Nottingham Forest just because he felt like it? Yeah, casual Tuesday activity. But here's where things go full Pep Guardiola madness. Most players that height become center backs or target men. Logical, right? Pep looked at this 6'4" creative monster and said, "You know what? Let's confuse everyone." Boom, left back. Imagine being Nico. You wake up one day thinking you're the next Kevin De Bruyne, and by lunch you're defending wingers at the touchline. That's not a position change, that's a personality crisis. But somehow it works, because in Pep's world, positions are just suggestions, like New Year resolutions. The inverted nightmare. Let's get tactical for a second. In the 2025 and 26 season, Pep Guardiola evolved again. He realized that if you put a guy with Nico's passing range and physical presence at left back, he can invert into midfield and create a numerical overload that breaks the game. When City have the ball, Nico isn't hugging the touchline, he's ghosting into the box. He's becoming an extra striker. Arsenal's defenders Saliba and Gabriel are so preoccupied with Erling Haaland, who, let's be honest, looks like a final boss in a video game, that they completely forget about the giant teenager sprinting from deep. Against Arsenal at Wembley, this wasn't just a tactical tweak, it was a tactical execution. The 4-minute execution. The first half was a slog. It looked like a chess match where both players had forgotten how the knights move, and honestly, even the pawns were confused. Arsenal had the chances, Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz forced James Trafford into a triple save that was frankly illegal. At one point, Trafford was saving shots like he had activated cheat codes. Someone checked if he pressed L1 plus R1 plus circle before kickoff. But then, the 60th minute happened. Rayan Shekri lofts a cross. Kepa Arrizabalaga comes out, looks at the ball, calculates life choices, and decides that catching it is too mainstream. he fumbles. And there standing like a vulture who RSVP'd to this exact moment is Nico O'Reilly. 1-0. Thank you. Good night. Arsenal are shell-shocked. Mikel Arteta is screaming like he just saw this Uber driver cancel mid-ride. The quadruple chance? Yeah, they slowly turn into maybe next season FC. But City aren't done. 4 minutes later, literally 240 seconds? Not even enough time to order a Domino's pizza. Matthias Nunes clips another ball in. And guess what? Nico ghosts in again like Arsenal defenders forgot to pay their Wi-Fi bill. Another header, 2-0. In 4 minutes, Nico O'Reilly didn't just win a trophy, he turned Arsenal's dreams into a Netflix documentary titled So Close, Yet So Arsenal. Chapter 5, We Smell Blood. The scariest part for Arsenal fans isn't the loss. It's what Nico said after the game. The blood never went, we have always smelled blood. Bro, who talks like that at 21? This isn't a footballer, this is a villain origin story. Someone check if Darth Vader secretly plays midfield for City. This kid has the cold-blooded mentality of a veteran. No panic.
I got you, homie.
No over-celebration, just pure we're coming for you energy. He's 21, he's just embarrassed the league leaders on the biggest stage in England. And instead of celebrating like a normal human, he basically said, relax boys, the hunt has just started. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans were hoping for a calm title race, and Nico just turned it into a horror movie. City are 9 points behind with a game in hand, they still have to play Arsenal at the Etihad. And if Nico keeps playing like this, that 9-point gap is going to shrink faster than your phone battery during a power cut. Because this isn't just confidence, this is a warning. Is he the new Phil Foden? Every time a City Academy kid does well, we ask the same question. Is he the next Foden? The answer is no. He's something different. Foden is a needle player. He operates in tight spaces. Nico O'Reilly is a power player. He's a physical freak with the technical ability of a number 10. He's what happens if you combine the height of a basketball player with the vision of Kevin De Bruyne and the tactical discipline of a Swiss watch. He's already a full England international. He's already a Carabao Cup hero, and according to his new contract, he is staying at City until 2030. The Arteta kryptonite, why Arsenal can't stop him. Now we have to address the tactical why. Why is it that Mikel Arteta, a man who spends his sleepless nights drawing complex geometry on his bedroom walls, can't seem to find an answer for Nico O'Reilly? It's because Nico is essentially Arteta kryptonite. Arsenal's defensive system under Arteta is built in reference points. Saliba and Gabriel are world-class because they know exactly who to mark. They want a duel. They want to wrestle Erling Haaland. They want to track the movements of a traditional winger like Jeremy Doku. But Nico O'Reilly? He's a ghost in the machine. When City are in the build-up phase, Nico starts as a left back. Ben White looks at him and thinks, okay, I've got him. But as soon as Rodri or Kovacic receives the ball, Nico doesn't overlap like a normal fullback, he drifts. He moves into that half space between the midfield and the defense. Suddenly, Declan Rice has a problem. If he moves to cover Nico, he leaves a gaping hole for Kevin De Bruyne. If he stays with KDB, Nico has 20 yards of grass to run into. And because Nico is 6'4", if he decides to just park the bus in the box during a cross, he's physically overwhelming Arsenal's smaller wingers who are tracking back. At Wembley, we saw the ultimate system error. Timber was caught in two minds every time Nico moved. It's not just that Nico is good, it's that his very existence on the pitch breaks the mathematical logic of the Arsenal press. He's the extra man that shouldn't exist. If Arteta doesn't find a way to patch this glitch before the Etihad showdown, the Premier League trophy isn't going to North London, it's staying exactly where Nico O'Reilly grew up. So was this just a Kepa fluke? Or is Nico O'Reilly the final piece of the puzzle for Pep's next dynasty? Arsenal fans, I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you worried? Is the collapse happening? And City fans, how high is the ceiling for Nico? Is he a future captain? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more tactical breakdowns and match reactions.